Alright. I like to ultra enhance my modular buildings, and today I'm unveiling the fourth part of my boutique hotel. Greetings, my fellow bushy blobs of subatomic building blocks, mezzanines, follow the plants, order peel bricks, and as always, berserk for Legos. So this is going to be a slow unveiling. Each floor is getting its own video. And today, I'm showing you guys the floor with a mezzanine and a restaurant. Alright, obviously this is part 4, and if you haven't seen part 1, 2, or 3, I definitely recommend going to watch those. The first one being the penthouse suites, the second one being the regular guest rooms, the third floor, the indoor pool, jacuzzi, and masseuse rooms. There are details, explanations, the origin story, how I came up with this whole design, and even a review on the original set. All those details you're only going to get to see in those videos. Now, one thing to note is I'm building a Lego city, a tropical Lego city set in the future in the year 2060, named Paradisa City. So all my builds are both tropical, with lots of plants. I love plants. Minifigures of Paradisa City love plants. And everything else is also built with a little bit of futuristic technology, stuff you would see 40 years from now. Okay, first things first, I'm going to give you a quick around tour of the exterior and what sets this floor apart from all the others. Then I'm going to crack this open and start showing you guys the interior. Alright, starting with the front of the building. And here you can see where the flags are, and this is the major giveaway that the next floor below this is actually going to be the ground floor. And now looking at the balconies, here's where you can get a good look now that we've got 4 floors stacked on top of each other. Originally, they were only 4 studs wide, but now you can see with all 4 floors here stacked on top of each other, the effect of widening them to 6 studs wide. Now this floor has returned to the original style of the boutique hotel, unlike the floor with the indoor pool. And that's what I like about the floor with the indoor pool, is that it broke up a lot of the monotony and gave like a nice slice of a unique design integrated into the hotel. Another dead giveaway that this is right above the ground floor is this little feature right here. And this is designed to blend in with the El Cubo. So once again, we've got our swimming pool up here on this floor. And of course, this floor had lots of these vines with the fuchsia colored flowers coming down. And that has been added to an overhang, which will be shade for what's coming up next on the floor below. Now, if I were to lift this up a little bit, you will notice that there is actually a door right there. So in the original boutique hotel, on top of the El Cubo was an outdoor bar. What I've done is I've added door access. Now this side doesn't have the El Cubo, it actually has something else. And since I've got a restaurant on the inside, this door leads to an outdoor seating area, which is all part of the restaurant. So swinging around to the back side, and here you can see where the elevators are. And here on this balcony, you can see that I've got a table and some chairs as part of the restaurant. All right, swinging over, and this is the left side of the building. And here you can see that it's all the same, except for, again, we've got another door right there. And actually, this is where the El Cubo is. And this door gives bartender access to the restaurant. Alright, and this is the floor with the mezzanine and the restaurant. So here's our elevator at the back of the building. Towards the front of the building, we've got that nice wide opening. Looks down into the ground floor lobby area. Here's our kitchen for the restaurant. And over here in this corner is where all the dining tables are. Alright, a large opening in this floor. So that means when you're on the first floor, you can look up. And you can also see right there, these handrails. That's where the grand staircase is. Yeah, and Also, there's a bunch of hanging vines that stretch down into the first floor. So you get this gorgeous indoor tropical nature right inside the main front lobby of the hotel. I don't really see that a whole lot here in the United States. I'm sure there are some, but not a lot. When you can walk into either a restaurant or any sort of building, and there's just lots of plants that are all part of the interior decor. Here are a few examples. And I've been to cafes and restaurants where they do have a lot of indoor hanging plants, and I just love it. It's amazing, like nature. All right, so you come up the stairs, and right away, like I said, each floor has its own primary floor tile pattern that represents that particular floor. Here you can see the elevator, and of course there's the alternating between the clear and the translight blue. So not only are there these hanging plants that hang down into the first floor, but there's also a ledge right there. And here, of course, is the balcony, but it's inaccessible. But there is some plants that are growing out on the balcony. It's inaccessible from the main public. There are no stairs or any pathway to get to it, and only the gardeners can get to it with a ladder. And that's where lots of other plants have been planted. And if you notice the vines that are hanging down, they're attached to a bunch of 1x brown plates, and the brown plates represent basically like a wooden planter box where the soil and plants are rooted from. So if you were to come up the stairs, right here's the elevator, of course, and immediately to the left is the kitchen for the restaurant. So we've got two chefs. We've got the chef and the sous chef, and they're busy cooking away. They've got a pan-fried boneless chicken thigh being cooked right there, and we got some sauces. We've got some dishes ready to go out. We've got a 2-burner stove with a grill, and at the back of the grill is the ventilation for sucking out all the vaporized oily steam coming off the food as it's being cooked. Over here's where this food that's ready to be served out to the guests gets set, ready for the waiter to take the food out. And over here's the kind of like the wine bar with the glasses for drinks to be prepared. And back over here we've got the sink. We've got another bowl of food right there. We've got an espresso machine right there. We've got a food compost bin right there. And over here is, on the bottom, is a large oven. On the top is a microwave / oven, like a smaller oven. Down on the bottom, that's a trash compactor. Up here is a large dishwasher. Yeah, so I'm just using a simple glass piece, and that's the 3x3 window, which is a pretty rare window piece. And this is not an actual door. This is actually a window pane, and I'm only clicking it in on one side and just not snapping it in all the way. But I've got it set up so that it can handle a large amount of dishes. So this is an industrial-sized dishwasher. This definitely wouldn't fit inside of a Lego home. So they bring in the dirty dishes, and they can dump the leftover food in there, or they can put it in the trash compactor, and then they throw it in the dishwasher, and they can wash dishes really quickly. Here is the freezer, and we got some food in there, some crates, of course, sort of some food, kind of hard to see. And next to it is kind of like the pantry. We got a crate full of bread, and there's a bunch of other stuff in there. Back here, we got a little chair for taking a break, a little break room for the employees. And of course, there's more food prep surfaces. We got an industrial sized mixer, and they got a cutting board with some, I don't know, maybe it's bread or a loaf of meat or something, like a ham or something. And of course, the nice bay window right there. Okay, moving to the backside. Here on this balcony, this is one of the favorite places for people to sit and eat. So everybody wants to sit here when they come to this restaurant. And this guy got lucky because it's not too busy, and he was able to get this spot. And if you notice, he's got a bunch of sweat coming down his face. And that's because I think he ordered some Thai-style noodles, and these noodles are usually pretty spicy. He thought he could handle it, but apparently not. And this little glass of water is not helping him at all. If we go back over to the waiter here, we can see that the waiter, she is bringing a glass of milk for him, because he is totally suffering. It's way too spicy for him. Watch out for those Thai-style noodles, man. All right, so we got a couple over here, having some drinks, waiting for their food. And over here, we've got another couple that have already gotten their food and are devouring it down. Got a nice little planter with some plants right there. We got a piece of artwork. And moving over to here, we got another table right there. We've got another family-sized table right there. Got some plants. And back over here is another table. And here is the door that goes out to the patio area, which has more tables for this restaurant. And these vines and flowers provide lots of shade for the outdoor dining area of this restaurant. And as you're coming up the stairs, you're going to see this sign right here. In fact, this sign is viewable from the lobby downstairs. But this is supposed to have the name of the restaurant, but there isn't any sticker that exists for that. I'm just kind of pretending that the name is there. I haven't really given this restaurant an official name. I don't have any major plans for acquiring any kind of sticker or making my own sticker to go there. But yeah, this is what this sign is for. It's basically to let people know that this is where the restaurant is, up here. Okay, and that white beam going across, that's part of the structural support because of the indoor pool on the floor above it. So, as I mentioned in the previous video, the swimming pool on the floor above had to be sunk down, and it actually had to be sunk down into this space here. And on the regular floors, the top wall looks like this, but where the pool is, I had to sink this tile down by one plate in order to get the pool to have the right amount of depth and headroom. And so that's why you see that this is only a single stud wide tile right here, and then this is one step below that. Of course, water weighs a lot, so thinking as a structural engineer, having an extra beam of support to hold a swimming pool that's right above it. Alright, so building the floor on this was a bit more tricky than all the other floors. The swimming pool too, the floor of the swimming pool, actually had a very unconventional floor as opposed to the top two floors. So to create this opening here, you can see that I did the angle as normal on all the other floors, but instead of having the return angle going that way, I just kept it straight. These are just regular square plates. And then over here, I used a different angle to joggle it back this way and then connect over to that corner. And a similar thing happened over here. So this angle here is normal, like what you would see on the floors above it, but as soon as I got over to this little corner, I just kept it straight. And then to connect it over here, it didn't quite line up correctly, but the plants helped to hide the weirdness of the joint. Alright, and this is a world-renowned restaurant. It is a 5-star Michelin-rated restaurant here in Paradisa City. It's a very highly sought-after place. It's on the bucket list for a lot of tourists, as well as a bunch of locals. And it's not crazy expensive either. And this restaurant also serves the guest of the hotel, so hotel breakfast, that's where this is served. You come down, you just tell the waiter what you want, and they'll serve it to you. They've got awesome breakfast menus, awesome lunch menus, awesome dinner menus, great atmosphere and ambiance. And I just love the fact that these hanging vines and this nice open area with the mezzanine right here, looking down to the lobby below with the grand staircase. And it's going to look even more amazing once you see this floor stacked on top of the main floor below. So I'm excited to show you guys. I hope you guys are too. And on that note, I'll catch you guys later.